And always remember, dispose of your blade thoughtfully. Remember, no one likes getting cut from a sharp blade.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.
Today is my follow-up shave with the Parthenon. We're going to try some higher settings. The Persona blade, brand new. Take our razor and open the barn doors. Drop in our brand new blade and close up the doors. Now this is currently set. This is currently set to 1, its lowest setting. I'm going to wind it up to my usual shaving spot, 3.5. Why? Well, I've got a bit of growth here. Have a look at that. That's a week's growth for me. Today is not going to be so much about the shave, although if I cut my nose off, you'll enjoy it, won't you? Nothing better than watching someone else die in a horrendous accident and going, well, that wasn't me. Poor Lemmy. When I was going through some of my old videos, I discovered I used to use spritz, so I got out one. These have become 2 of my favourite brushes. That was from Etsy. This was from Yagi brushes on AliExpress. So, you know, I love these 2 brushes. Today, I'm going to go for this guy. Simply because I had no idea which one. It's the nice and soft on the top, bit stiffer in the body. This one feels like one of those, what's the name of it? It's like an angel hair. It's very soft. There is some density to it, but not a whole lot. So the razor is from QSHAVE. And if I post it in order, my previous video is the unboxing. I'm still rocking the tobacco. You do have to be careful with these because that is a solid chunk of ceramic and gravity would not be its friend. And the 3 steps, froth, broth and lather once we get our load, and as Anthony Espirito would remind us, load it like you hate it. That's right, it's fine to do the angel hairbrush. I've got one in there. This is my favourite tobacco scent. You don't need the big pot. You can go grab a smaller puck, solid, unwrap it, and just melt it, either in a saucepan or microwave into a bowl or dish, and just use that for loading. I tell you what I didn't do. I didn't use the spritz. After all that, I didn't use the bloody spritz. My logic is there's no time like the present to remedy a mistake, because I went for the orange. Give it a shake. So I like watching YouTube, and there's some channels that I think are excellent value, mostly because they're free. Okay, set for number 3 and first pass. And remember, I found this very aggressive on just 1. But shave with care. A lot of hair to wipe off in 1 pass. And on a brand new blade. That is loaded. Loaded. Now, I just stick it in the sink and give it a vigorous shake. And that side cleared out. But I can see the point. Look at that side. So, give it another shake. And a second shake in water, cleared both sides. So, let's keep going with today's shave. Now, I don't have my cruiser anymore. Missed my cruiser. But if you like watching people talking while they're riding, the channel ADV China, one word. Now that's got Matthew and Winston. They're in China and they talk while they ride around, which will bring me to one of my topics I want to discuss, which is the coming crash. The coming crash is no longer a long way away. You know what, I've upped this aggressiveness, but I can feel the blade. It actually feels less aggressive on 3 than it did on 1. Good shave. Well, that took off a lot of hair. Bit going It's growing that way, so against the grain. Cheeks feel pretty good. Just use the slickness to moisten up your face. I'll give it another shot, this time before I lather up. Now, the boys go back to a home or a unit that was built 3 years ago in one of those ghost cities outside of China. So it's one of the ones outside a major centre that they built. And a 3-year-old place, it's just falling down, broken. So, and they mentioned the fact that cars and housing are no longer holding their value. And it's starting to drop. 5.5. Let's see how my second pass goes. Now, I'm only using a light touch because I'm assuming there's plenty of blade. And look at that. Let's see how that washes off. Clean that side, clean on both sides. So, with the housing market, people not being able to flip houses onto the greater idiot, and the massive supply they've built of unlived in homes that will never be lived in. You have to understand, the idea of these ghost cities was they would be built and there would be commas and people would buy and move into them and they become the new homes for the population. But because they're building them so fast and so cheap and there's so much corruption, the cities are literally falling down a couple of years after they're being built. They will never be lived in. These cities are like the ones that they did that were legit in Europe, that they bulldozed because there was no economic sense to keep them. Worse yet, in China, they're going to have to bulldoze them and build over the top of them. These homes will never be lived in. They cannot be lived in. They are unsafe. Literally unsafe. So anybody involved in Chinese real estate, get out as fast as you can. I can't use expletives in YouTube anymore. The algorithms must be listening to me. Get out as fast as you can. Lending around the world is going to hit the crappers. I'm guessing within, you got to remember, Iceland brought down the world economy about a year later. China's going to bring down the world economy 3 to 9 months. I'm guessing no more than 6 personally. Once this bubble of the greater fool gets broken, it's only a matter of time. Now, Beijing can put their finger in a lot of financial spreadsheets to stop the bleed. What they can't do is make homes that are unsafe for anyone to ever live in and economically viable, right? The people who bought them will never be able to live in them. You'll never be able to rent them. Wow, that is... The Parthenon, I thought was going to be a mediocre. It's not. It's actually a really good razor. It's aggressive. I'm going to wind it back to 1. Wind it back to the lowest setting. The one thing you have to be careful of in all these twister opens is that your doors are down and securely closed. So I'll go back to 1. Which has narrowed the gap substantially. So investing in, there's lots of things to invest your money in. Certainly when you invest in real estate, it's the quality of the real estate that matters. You know, whether you're buying or plan to rent or etc. Building real estate that's never going to be lived in, that's falling down, it's going to dawn on someone, that's a bad risk. Shaves a lot better than any $40 razor should. Now, the name of the video is New Buildings Falling Down on ADV China. I suggest you go have a watch of it. So, post shave, again with the spritz. And a little trick, if you like to use a bit of spritz, is every now and again, top it up with your Thayers. And you'll extend how long you can use the nice scented. You can also buy some essential oils and put it in your own bottles. I just like the squirt bottles. They do a good job. Right, wow, that was a week's growth wiped off like it was never there. I like that. No nicks, no cuts. I went up to almost 6 on this. Went down to 1 for a cleanup. You know what? This is going in my rotation for my twister opens adjustables. Amazing value for $40. If you like an aggressive razor, I thought it was going to be scarier. As aggressive, I mean, for me, aggressive means there's a chance I can cut myself. This razor, I've had 2 shaves now. I can feel the blade, it's not uncomfortable. And both shaves, BBS, can't say better about a razor. I mean, all I have to do is shave you. I don't have to marry it or anything. You know, 10 minutes in front of the mirror, I'm done. Bit like the last girlfriend. Moving on. This stuff, Spritz, glad that's back in my rotation. Normally, except I'm addicted to Spritz, I would have just gone the Thayers. You can rinse with just water. Post shave, need a bit of balm. Mostly because it's at the front, I'm going to have an Old Spice aftershave and the matching balm. I don't know that you can buy these now, but any time you like. Oh, it's getting, oh, there we go. Nice and thick. Oh, wow. And post shave, some Old Spice. As always, a bit on your shirt will last longer than on your skin. Old Spice, a classic and a goodie. Well, that was my second QSHAVE. I haven't tried the feather in it because it requires me to open a packet of feathers. And for some reason, I wanted to try it with a Persona because I like my Personas. I'm not afraid of my Personas. I have some healthy respect for feathers. Build, fit, finish and quality. This has some excellent build quality. I can see where they went for the Greek, Colosseum, Rome. Probably this bit feels a bit light, but it does an adequate job of closing the doors. The alignment on everything's fine. Mine rinses, vigorous shaking in warm water has cleared the gap every time. Very happy with this. It's a beautiful razor. Could I live with it as my only razor? Yes. Practice, healthy respect. Like I said, it starts out more aggressive than I'm used to, particularly in the twist open. Most of them, the Ming starts out really mild. In fact, the Ming turned up all the way to max. You know, the QSHAVE 700, it's also called, turned all the way up to 1. Gives you some serious gap. But it doesn't have the feel that this one does. Oh, maybe I'll get brave and try a higher setting. Now I have notes here about the other things that I watch on YouTube. I'll mention those things in future videos. The channel again, ADV China. And boy oh boy, this is like watching all the investors in Iceland wake up one day and discover their money's gone. When you go back to a city that's 3 years old from new. This house I'm living in is over 20 odd years old and it's still in good nick. In comparison to a 3-year-old brand new apartment building, I'm just shocked, gobsmacked. And it's not just one, they're all over China. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you all the best of shaves, good shaves, and remember, good food, good friends, good shaves, man. Well, it's supposed to be important. Do not shave in a dilapidated house that's probably haunted. I'm Stevie Daily Shaver, wishing you all the best of shaves, good shaves, and goodbye.
Bearded man, you think that you're so cool, but your face looks like a small marsupial.